It has been reported today that the Philadelphia Eagles want to bring in a free agent cornerback to help out the young guys and possibly a draft pick corner. With that being said, they got two players in mind, Chris Harris Jr. and Byron Jones, another Cowboy?
We got the Eagles. We got the Sixers. Philly talk.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is Philly Talk. For those who are new to the channel, love talking Eagles football or Sixers basketball, go right ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you never want to miss another one of these videos, click that little bell by the subscribe button for post notifications. Now, if you've been rocking with me for a minute, old subscriber, new subscriber, and you want to help this channel grow, smash that like button. What that does is it pushes this content to other Philly fans, whether it be Eagle fans or Sixers fans. With all that being said, let's jump right into it. We all know that the Philadelphia Eagles struggle severely in two positions this year, wide receiver and cornerback. And they are two positions that we must address in the draft, in free agency, via trade, however we can to help this football team at the wide receiver position and at the cornerback position. We also know that Jalen Mills, Ronald Darby are both free agents. So with that being said, right now, if we would not sign either of them back, we would have Rasul Douglas, Sidney Jones, Avonte Maddox, and Crevion LeBlanc on the roster as corners. Now, in the Seattle Seahawks game, a playoff game with playoff magnitude, the most important we could have had in 2019, Jim Schwartz did not play Sidney Jones or Rasul Douglas. We know Rasul Douglas is a good zone corner, can press up, but he can get beat by a receiver who has speed. And Sidney Jones, although he played great down the stretch in spots, we have not seen him do it in 60 minutes. And there was a reason why Jim Schwartz kept Sidney Jones and Rasul Douglas off the field. So that was Jalen Mills, Avonte Maddox, and Crevion LeBlanc playing in the Seattle Seahawks playoff game. We will only have Avonte Maddox and Crevion LeBlanc as starting cornerbacks for the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't see them moving up Rasul Douglas or Sidney Jones. That's why I believe they want to bring in a veteran cornerback. But no matter what we do, bringing anyone in, we have to draft somebody in the draft. One receiver, two corner, or one corner, two receiver. Either way, that has to be the only options for 1 and 2 in this 2020 draft. I also did forget about the guy we signed, Trevor Williams. But again, it's future contracts. If he doesn't get his health right, get in shape, get his quad or whatever was hurt right, we're probably just going to release him before the season starts. So I would like to see what he has if he can get up to par. Let's talk about these two people and what do I think about Chris Harris Jr. and Byron Jones. We're going to start with Chris Harris Jr. We all know that we actually inquired about Chris Harris Jr. in 2019 before the trade deadline. We hit up the Denver Broncos to talk about Chris Harris Jr. and if we could take him from the Denver Broncos via trade. After everything was all said and done, they asked for a second-round pick, and Howie Roseman did not pull the trigger for one reason. He did not want to give up a second-round pick for a rental. When I say rental, that means I believe Howie, because Chris Harris Jr. will be turning 31 this year in June, I believe Howie Roseman realized that he was not going to try to pursue him after this year. So a second round for a 6, 7, 8 game rental is not worth it. So that means he had no intentions on signing him past 2019 because he knew his Denver Bronco deal was up and we wouldn't want to sign him back long term. Now, I don't know exactly what Chris Harris Jr. is looking for. Does he want to compete with a good team? Then he might think about taking a 1-year deal. I could not sign Chris Harris Jr. for anything over really 1 year, possibly 2 at the most, because of his age being 31. And Howie Roseman has talked about it, and I have talked about it. This team has to get younger. There is going to be some 30-year-olds on this team, but any place we can get younger, we need to get younger. But 1-year deal with Chris Harris, I might consider that. But would he take it? That is the big thing. We can reach out and say that, which I expect Howie to reach out and talk to every free agent possible. That's what his job is. That's what he needs to do. If he doesn't like what they hear, then he backs off. But if you don't approach it and don't ask, you don't know. And for that, you're not doing your job. And Howie does do his job. I don't know about drafting receivers, but he will do his free agent due diligence, which, getting back to that drafting, we have to hit on these 10 picks. But that's for another day. So, sticking on Chris Harris Jr., I want to go over some keynotes that I looked at when I look at his 9 seasons in the NFL. Here they are. Last year, he had 1 interception, and every other year, except his rookie season, he had 2 or more interceptions. So, it shows taking the ball away, he's tailed off a little bit. Pass deflections. In 2013, he had 14. In 2014, he had 17. 2016, he had 11. And 2018, he had 10. 2019, he only had 6, which ties his lowest of his 9-year career. 56 combined tackles, which is the middle of the pack when you talk about his 9-year career. The other free agent corner is Byron Jones. And we all know what happened last time. A Dallas Cowboys came into our locker room. We had some animosity in the locker room, but he made it worse. And once we released him, he got more worse. Talking all this crap on them TV shows, really hating on the Philadelphia Eagles, showing his love for the Dallas Cowboys and his hatred for the Eagles. So it might run deep for a lot of Dallas Cowboys. I do gotta say, Byron Jones does look way more professional than Scandrick. Better career, Scandrick is a bum, and he was just mad because he was jobless. With all that being said, it does bring caution to bring another Dallas Cowboy a year later in. Like I said, Byron Jones looks like he has more class, but being a Dallas Cowboys, you never really know. And people want to hold on to that 2018 season Byron Jones had. He had a lot of pass deflections, yes, but 2 years without an interception, and this year he was getting beat left and right. And one thing I fear the most is that he's going to ask for top 5 salary. A top 5 cornerback salary for a guy who does not have interceptions and who got beat in 2019. He had a good 2018, but it wasn't that great to ask for a top 5 salary. And he will ask for that because he wants it with Dallas, but Dallas can't afford him with all the people they have. Here's some keynotes that I already started to say, but I want to talk about with Byron Jones. Byron Jones has been in the NFL for the Dallas Cowboys for 5 years. And in his 5-year career, he has 2 career interceptions. That is extremely low. And in the last 2 years, he has 0 interceptions over 2 seasons. That is super ridiculous. I mean, Ronald Darby played 11 games and played bad, and he has 2 interceptions. This year, his pass deflections, something he was known for in 2018, he did have 14 pass deflections in 2018, 10 pass deflections in 2016, 6 pass deflections in 2019, which is his lowest, and the rest of his years are in single digits as well. So he's coming off his lowest season for pass deflections, something that he got credit for in 2018, because in 18 was a good cornerback, says PFF, but 0 interceptions. Even his tackles teared off each year. They just kept going down. In 2016, 88 tackles. 2017, 82 tackles. 2018, 67 tackles. And 2019, 44 tackles. Each year, they got lower. No picks in 2 years. That's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. So there it all is. Both of them players are free agents, and the Eagles are looking to target them. No matter what I say, I can't stop the Eagles from doing that. But if you want my opinion, here it is. Chris Harris Jr., I might consider taking him if he would take a 1-year deal. Nothing too long, because we can't have a 33, 34-year-old player on the team. I want to get younger just like you guys do, but I might consider for a 1-year deal because our window is still there to compete for a Super Bowl next year. And plus, I believe we're going to bring cornerbacks from this draft. So after this year, when we part ways with Harris, the young DBs that we draft and the young DBs we have can finally step up and take the next step. Like I said, we have a lot of money. So a 1-year deal, we can get him some incentives and not pay the bank. Now, when it comes to Byron Jones, yes, He's probably more talented than all our DBs right now. But I don't know if I want to break the bank and pay top 5 salary for a guy who's not playing that good. Look at his 2018 season. 14 pass deflections, pretty good. But other than that, he's not that good. And I don't want to be stuck with a 5-year contract, pretty big money, and then he shows the regression like he did from 18 to 19. What if he gets worse in 2020? So although I do think Byron Jones is better than all the guys we have, I think I would rather, out of them two, take Chris Harris for a year, draft a cornerback in the draft. You got these young guys in Cre'Von LeBlanc, Avonte Maddox, maybe Sidney Jones and Rasul Douglas, with the combination of who we draft and maybe sign Mills back. If I had to pick Mills or Darby, I will lean Mills. If we can get right in the cornerback position, maybe we might let go Mills too. I don't know. But there's other guys out there. Carolina got that guy Bradbury. We could look into him. The Bills got a guy named Kevin Johnson. Hasn't played much this year, but he's behind Levi Wallace and Tre'Davious White. He's not going to get much playing time. So there's other corners out there that don't have huge names that could probably do exactly what a Byron Jones does. Maybe even a Chris Harris Jr. Like I said, out of these two, I'll probably lean to Chris Harris Jr. for 1 year, and I just can't wrap my mind around Byron Jones. He's better than our DBs, but not worth top 5 salary. And that's what I think his agent's going to want him to get paid. With all that being said, thank you guys for watching and all the constant support. I appreciate you guys very much. You've seen I got my community posts out. I put a post today. So if you want to check them out from day to day, make sure you can see the posts. And let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about Byron Jones, Chris Harris Jr.'s, or any other free agent cornerbacks? I'm going to put a video out about some other ones that I kind of talked about just a little bit ago, because we don't have to be suckered into these guys. We have a lot of money to spend, but do you really want to pay top dollar for 5 years for Byron Jones, and then we get another Byron Maxwell or another Nnamdi Asomugha? You know what I'm saying? And he's an ex-Dallas. That plays a little bit into it. Anyways, let me know in the comment section what you think. And don't forget to leave a like. It helps this channel grow. With all that being said, I got to stop saying that word first of all. And you know what time it is. We out.